vlog for you. Haven't done one for a little while. Haven't got any content, so I thought, well, why not? I'll take you along for the ride. I bet you'd be able to drive this drive now. I've done it so often with you. But I am on my way to work. It's a nice day. It's a little bit chilly. It's 9.5 degrees. It's the first time I've seen it drop below 10. Yeah, so it's a little tiny bit nippy. I'm driving in my new car, which some of you would have watched. I had to break the vlog down into 3 bits because it wouldn't upload. I don't know why it won't do it for me. Like anything over 20 minutes, and mine doesn't like doing it, so I had to break it down. But you would have seen the car in those vlogs. And I've also got a new phone cradle. I'm looking at it now, and this one seems to be very stable. You remember the other one, you can actually hear it rattling. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this phone cradle. It was just from Amazon, but it seems to be holding quite steady, and it's got kind of like numerous ways you can put your phone. So obviously I've got it on like a landscape, long ways, because that's how you're supposed to film videos. Yeah, and I mean, I've only probably done a mile, but I feel quite pleased with it at the moment. So I was just going into the airfield here on the right where this car's turning. This is where my dad learned to fly from. This is where my dad was stationed during the war with the Air Transport Auxiliary, moving fighter planes around to different locations for the war effort. And also now they film like Hollywood movies there. Not all the time. I think if they want quite an old-fashioned looking airfield, I guess with it not being built up and without, you know, things that they didn't have back in the day. I don't know, did they? Yeah, they had street lights. You know what I mean? It's quite a retro looking place, and yeah, they quite often film here. The size of the like the lorries and the carriers and things that they bring to set with them is quite a pain in the bum if you get stuck behind them, because they're very slow. But yeah, it is good to see. It's looking like it's a little bit misty out here this morning as well. I definitely can feel a chill in the air. I had a very quiet weekend. I was just doing stuff that I just don't get time to do. Dad had an infection, and it seems to really affect his behaviour, and that was really, really hard work. And it just, as well as going to work, it just emotionally and physically exhausts me. So I didn't do certain chores and things like that. So you know what it's like at home. There's always laundry, there's always chores, there's always something to do. At the weekend I put some like a thick foil behind my radiators. I read that that's supposed to be reflect the heat back into the room. So I thought, well, you know, it wasn't very expensive. I bought mine from Screwfix direct. We've got one in Maidenhead, and there's also one just up the road from where I work in Wokingham, so I popped and got that on my way home. And then I bought some double-sided tape, thick tape from Amazon, and you just like cut it to size and then slot it down. So I did some of that over the weekend. I was going to do some batch cooking, but I absolutely couldn't be bloody bothered. I'm not going to lie. Yesterday I did some more of the radiator thing, and it's really hard because I think it would be easy if you've just got a radiator on the wall, but I've got a lot of window sills above my radiators, and it's really tricky to get your hands in there and get it stuck, so that was a pain. But yeah, yesterday I just thought, oh, do you know what, I just can't be bothered to do anything else. So I went and sat down and I watched Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It was good actually, because that one's sort of set around Halloween-y time. you know, it's kind of that pumpkin season now, isn't it? I also put a little bit of kind of autumnal display out. Do you know what? I have got 2 autumnal wreaths, and do you think I can find them? I've got like a big box in the shed that's got some summer wreaths in it and an Easter wreath and stuff like that. I like putting a wreath on my door, like for every season. I enjoy that. I can't find the blooming autumn ones. I've got a feeling that they might be in the what I call the Christmas loft. So I might have a look in there today. Though it's a right palaver getting in there, but yeah, if not, I'm gonna have to buy a new one. But I feel like I have got a couple, like one for the inside and one for the outside. That's what I like on the front door. So another job to add to the list. I don't actually have too much on this week. I've got my foot lady coming tomorrow. I don't need an appointment with her, but a couple of weeks ago I was in my dressing room and I put my toe down and it felt like a splinter went in, and I looked and I couldn't see anything, and then, you know, at various times I can feel it to the point that it was giving me a hobble, and it just felt like a little shard of glass was in there. But I kind of manipulated it and I couldn't see anything coming out. And now it's kind of up now. I actually had a look at it at the weekend. I got my magnifying glass out because that's another problem. 1, I can't bend my leg up high enough for me to see. And 2, if I can manage to get my leg up, I can't actually see. But I wonder if it's like a corn on my toe. I don't know. Anyway, she's coming tomorrow and she'll have a look for me and sort it out. Apparently I'm her worst client. I absolutely hate having my feet touched. I can't bear it. It's like my instep area, that's where I can't tolerate, and they like to hold that bit. So I'm all right with her touching my toes and I'm all right with her touching my heels. It's just the middle bit. So yeah, bless her, she's coming tomorrow. I spend most of my time like trying to drag my leg away from her. She must just think, oh my God, I hate coming to you. But she also does my dad, so he's got to be more annoying than me. It feels like there's a lot of traffic for a Monday morning. Mondays and Fridays are usually quite quiet. When I used to work at the nursery, those were Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday were always the days that were full in nursery. I guess that was pre-pandemic, so I guess people just, you know, could work from home on those days. But that's gonna be a tight squeeze. But yeah, it seems quite busy this morning. I don't know why. Sometimes it's like it when the schools go back and things like that, but I think they're all backing in. Oh, I think I'm gonna sneeze now. Let's see. Don't know. I think it might have gone away. But as you can see, it's a lovely bright morning. It's a little tiny bit misty in some places. I haven't really got a great deal to tell you. I told you that I went to see Peter Kay, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I told you that in another vlog. That was good at the O2. I haven't really been up to much. You know, I haven't put my heating on yet. I'm dreading it because it's just so expensive. My house is so hard to heat, and it just costs so much. It's cost me like £600 a month to heat my house, and I have to make sacrifices in other areas to do that. So I'm trying to hold off. I did put the we've got a wood burner, a multi-fuel burner stove, so I had that on last weekend. And as for my dad, I know you'll be wondering if it's cold for him. In the kind of how to economise and get past the heating crisis vlogs or blogs, they always say heat the person, not the house or not the room. So he has got like an hoodie thing that he can put on, and he's also got a lovely thick heated blanket that he can put on as well. he doesn't do anything, you know. He just sits down and reads the paper or goes on the phone. So he doesn't do anything, you know. He's not cold while he's in the kitchen, that kind of thing, because he doesn't do anything. So he's quite easy to heat because he's stationary. It also means if you're not moving around that you do get cold, but I've had him before, so he's like turned it off or taken the heated blanket off because it's made him too hot. So that's a win, because he's always cold. Literally in the summertime it's 30 degrees and he will go out with a coat on, and he will try and go out with a jumper on as well. So I think some of it with him is habit as well. He just doesn't seem to think for himself that he should adjust what he's wearing, you know. He doesn't seem to, seems to have absolutely no logic, which is so sad, because he used to be, you know, just the smartest man I knew and an absolute problem solver and things like that, and now he just is kind of accepting of a situation and he won't think it through at all. It's bizarre. It's so strange the way his mind works. And like I'm having real problems getting him to take his tablets at the right time at the moment. So he has morning, afternoon and evening tablets. So he takes the morning ones, you know, when he gets up. He takes the lunchtime ones about 12:30, but kind of any time from 12 to 1:30 is okay. And then he takes the evening ones at 8 o'clock when he gets in, or just after 8. But he can't remember any of that. So every time I go in now, he hasn't taken his lunchtime tablets. Oh, I don't take them now, do I? It's like 1:30. I'm like, you take them at 12. But once he does something wrong, if, you know, I can call it that, he will do that wrong thing from now on. Absolutely, he will not change from it. Like, it's so strange the way that his mind just switches, and he's just, I know he's not determined to do the wrong thing, but it feels like it, you know. He will never ever take those tablets at 12:30 again. He will always forget to take them. It's very bizarre and hard work as well. I find it so frustrating, just so frustrating. And I write notes and I do things, and he just ignores those as well. Yeah, I do. As someone who likes the good, I like to be organised anyway. I do think that I've got a little bit of kind of OCD for procedures, to try and go a step further and try and get him organised, try and make him not forget things, and then for him to still forget things is just so difficult. It really is. It just tries my patience no end. And I'm not a patient person. I have said it before. I'm not good with children. I don't enjoy children, you know. I'm not charmed by children. I don't like it. I struggle with my own one, but I was good at feeding at bath time and bedtime, that kind of, I was good at the routine-y stuff, but there's nothing more boring than playing with children in my mind. And also it turns out I'm not good or patient with old people either. But I always knew that I wasn't a carer, you know. I could never ever work in a caring situation. I'm always stunned when I tell the nurse something and she's all sympathetic and cares, and I'm like, well, that's not like me. But no, so yeah, it's like a punishment for me, because I find it really, I feel like I've done, well, my son's 25 and as you know, he's got autism, he still has his moments, but I feel like I've done 20 years of childcare and I've just come out and been able to breathe, and now I'm stuck with a massive toddler that is my dad, you know. It's very, very hard work for me. I find it very challenging. Yeah, that's cheerful, isn't it? So we're nearly hitting Wokingham Central. I have got a bag of soft plastics down in the footwell in the passenger side, that I can drop off there. And I also need to buy some white vinegar, some distilled vinegar. Ran out at the weekend. But I like to do my I like to clean my dishwasher and my washing machine about the first of the month. I know I did my washing machine yesterday, and I used up all the vinegar. I know it's not the first, but just kind of around that time, then I know that I've done it once a month. And also, mine doesn't really need that much cleaning. You know, dishwashers get that gunk built up by these like the door seal area. Mine's not that dirty because I do it so often, but I do still like to do it. I like to keep on top of it. And I ran out of white vinegar yesterday, and I've got a dog's blankie to wash as well. So I absolutely, again, with kind of my OCD organising thing, I absolutely hate running out of stuff. It really bothers me. So yeah, I've got to pop into Tesco's and get some of that. I've been trying not to go to Tesco's. I tend to go to Tesco's nearly every day, and it's become a bit of a habit, and I spend like £6 to £12 every day, and it really adds up. So I kind of noticed it when I wasn't spending that money, but I have to go today because I can't wait till Friday. I need the white vinegar, and I do find you will find in my cleaning video that I've got a video showing how to do your dishwasher, how to do your washing machine, and how to wash your dog throws as well. Because you know, when you wash them and you put your detergent and your conditioner in, and then they come out and they smell of those things with an under smell of dog, well, this gets rid of that. So yeah, I like to obviously wash my throws that I have on my bed because all the little dogs sleep with me. I like to do those a couple of times a week, so I do need my white vinegar. I'm gonna get a couple. Oh, yeah, me. I had a weird dream last night talking about, I did used to work in a nursery, but not with the children. I used to cook for 100 children every day, and I do that in 3 hours. It's funny because one of my best friends I met at the nursery, she started there the same day as me, but she'd been at a sister nursery for a long time. She's been there for absolutely years, nearly all of her working life. And I saw her last weekend, and she was saying, oh, would you come back? Would you come back? And I would, because it's only around the corner. I don't have to use my car. I can do the work. So they've got 2 people doing my job in, I think, 5 hours. I used to do everything on my own in 3. So she's like, oh God, we so need you back. But the only thing is with it is they have very, very regimented holidays, and I don't think I could tolerate that. Get the same amount of days off as I do at my current job, but you have to have a week at Easter, a week at Christmas, and 2 weeks in the summer set, and I just don't think I could live with that. You know, you can't kind of utilize bank holidays and things like that. It's, yeah, I don't think I can go back to that, which is a shame. But never say never. I don't particularly like the journey to this job. It's quite a nice drive, but like I said before, I think I've mentioned, you know, I haven't had a pay rise since 2018 at this job. We were promised a kind of compensation from moving from Maidenhead, where we all lived, to Wokingham, where the boss lives, and then COVID hit and it never happened. Well, we've never had a pay rise, nothing to do with the cost of living, you know, so it's a struggle. So I wouldn't mind cutting out the wear and tear on my car, the time, it's a half an hour commute each way, the petrol, all of those things would be nice to get rid of. So I don't Anyway, we are heading towards Tesco's. What time is it? Oh, it's 8:06, so I'm in plenty of time. Thank you ever so much for keeping me company. I know it's not very exciting, but I've literally got no content. I'm trying not to buy stuff. I have said before, if there's anything that you like to see, then please do just drop me down a comment and I will endeavour to film it for you. I keep meaning to do a day in the life and I just forget, and it's like the morning's gone by the time I remember. It's not worth it, so don't bother. But if there is anything that you would particularly like to see, then drop it down in the comment and I will see you in my next video, which will be Sunday, what I wore this week. Take care, my loves. Thanks for being with me.